Right here, I have about 200 PSA and CGC graded cards. It was my first time grading, so I didn't know fully what to expect. But let's go through all of them and see if it actually was worth the 3,500 euros I spent to grade them. Let's go. Okay, so today I'll be going through my modern PSA slabs, and by modern I mean Sword and Shield and Scarlet&Violet. So you'll see the raw card price here on the right from Card Market. Below that you'll see the last 4 sold PSA cards of that grade from Card Ladder, so mostly from eBay. And below that there will be a number that will increase or stay the same depending on the card with each card, which shows the increase in market value. Now remembering, or I'm in Finland, so each of these cost about 19 to 20 euros for me to grade, all expenses included. So the market value needs to increase on average for over 20 euros per card for this to be profitable or worth it to grade, and probably even more than 20 euros just because there's so much money put into these cards that you can't really get that easily out of these cards. You can't really sell these cards that easily. So yeah, increasing, let's move the mouse here, increasing the market value about for more than 20 euros per card is at least the goal. So first off, we have Charizard V-Star from the Ultra Premium collection. This came back as a Gem Mint 10. It's going for about $125 as a Gem Mint 10 at the moment. And the raw card price at Card Ladder is about 13.5 euros. So that's about 110 euros in profit. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, I'm also gonna just straight up change the dollars into euros for the eBay sales, just because I feel like the market prices in Europe are a bit higher just because it's so much harder to grade and more expensive to grade these cards from Europe. So I think it's fair that I just straight up change dollars into euros. So next we have the same card, but this one came back as a 9. It's kind of off center. I thought it might have a chance at being a 10, but yeah, pretty expected that it comes back as a 9. These are mostly going for about $20 to $30 on eBay, and so I'd say I'd put like maybe 10 euros increased market value, so not enough to justify the grade, but not too bad either. Then we have the Giratina V-Star from Crowns In It. Now this card is going for about 125 to 125 about on eBay at the moment as a 9, and the cheapest one on sale on Card Market at the moment is 150. So again, getting 9s back is not worth it. You need to get 10s back, but this again, it's a bit off center and probably has some like very minor print lines on the back, or I don't know what they're called. They're not really print lines, but they're these faint lines on the back. But yeah, it came back as a 9. I thought it had an okay shot at being a 10, but not this time. Too bad. Then this is more of a not that great to get this back as a 9. Now these sort of cards like this is going for about $10 to $15 as a 9, and even as a 10 it wouldn't increase that much in value, or I'm not sure if the Giratina has actually gained some value now in the past couple of months. But anyways, it came back as a 9, and that pretty much zero increase in market value as a 9. So that's not what we want to see. But the next card is what we do want to see. So the Pikachu VMAX has increased in price quite a bit for the past couple months. And it's now going for about 130-ish on eBay. And on card market, it's about a 45 euro card. So like 85% increase in market value, which is 85 euro or dollar, I meant increase in market value. So that's a very nice little hit there. Next we have another 9. It's just a Starly. This is one of those cards that you just shouldn't send to be graded, or you can send it if you're positive that it'll come back as a 10. This one is so off-centered and probably not perfect either, so this is just something I need to learn, that do not send these very marginal cards for grading just because you want to maybe get a 10, because these you really need to get a 10 for these to have any increase in value. You can see that the PSA 9s have auctioned off for like $5. One has sold for a fixed price, but I don't know. And yeah, its raw card price is also about 4.5 euros on card market. So very little increase in market value, if any. Then we got another 9, and this is the Koraidon from the Scarlet&Violet base set Elite Trainer box. This actually has gone for a bit more than the raw card price as a 9 as well, so about $15. Yeah, and the raw card price is about 2.5 euros, so not enough to cover the costs of grading, but still a little increase in market value, which is okay when you get cards back as 9s. Then we get to another 10. This one is a pretty nice card again. We get a Leafeon V-Star. This has actually increased in value a lot in the last couple of months. These were going for like $65 just in April, I think. And now it's going for $110, $120. And these are also auctions, so yeah, it's pretty up there, the value now. So I'd say like 120 is pretty realistic for this card. And the raw price at the moment, well, the price trend is like 38, so that's probably what I would have also gotten for this card. So about 70 euros in increase in market value, or maybe even 80. So that's really nice again. Then another miss, an Iono Full Art Ultra Rare. This is another card that I just never should have sent. It's clearly off center, and yeah, not a gradable card, really. Just going for about $20, I think, on average on eBay, and the raw card price is about 15 euros, so not really much of an increase in market value. But then we get another good, nice hit here. We got the Suicune V from Crown Zenith as well as a Gem Mint 10, and this is also increased in value a lot in the last 2 months. It's going for $120 or more at the moment, and its raw price is about 24-25 euros. So again, almost 100 euros or dollars increase in market value, which is great. Then this this Gengar is actually pretty interesting, because when you look at its raw card value, it's going for like €3 as a raw card. But then the PSA 10s are going for close to $100. Some auctions are actually have gone over $100. So there's quite a big premium in grading this as a 10. Yeah, but this came back as a 10, which is super nice, an increase of about 90 euros in market value, which is amazing. Then another miss is kind of hit and miss, my grades were kind of hit and miss for the most part. But yeah, got the Tulip in an 8. I'm not too sure why it's an 8. I guess it's because of this corner here. It's kind of pointy. There might be something else wrong with it as well. Maybe it's off center. I don't think it's that much off center, but yeah. Anyways, this is just a pure miss. There's only two have been sold as PSA 8s on eBay, and about $10, and yeah, it's about a €7 card raw on card market. So again, not enough to cover the price of grading. Then we got a Garchomp EX Special Illustration Rare from Paradox Rift. This has increased quite a bit in price as well. It has auctioned for about $100 on the 9th, but there has been 2 sold for $125 as well. So yeah, again, really nice getting this as a 10, especially when the raw card is worth only about €15 on card market. So that's a €110 increase, or €100, I guess, which is super nice as well. So for the most part, I think these went really well, these modern PSA grades. And yeah, then we got the Gardevoir Special Illustration Rare. Again, another card that has just skyrocketed in the past few months. This, I remember, was a $60 card when I got it in, I guess, March. Oh, it was April. In April, like under 2 months ago. And now it's going for $100 about. And it's a €24 card on card market as a raw card. So that's another €75 increase in market value. Then we get the Special Illustration Rare Iono as a 10. This is going for about $175 at the moment, and the raw price about €55, 55 to 60 euros. Yeah, another great card. I feel like the modern cards, I hit the cards that I really wanted to hit for the most part, and then the more marginal ones came back as 9s, which is actually really nice. But yeah, the Iono here as a 10. And then I have Miriam as a 10 as well. This is kind of dumb by me, because I graded the full art Iono between these 2 special illustration rares, and now they're not sequential because of that, and the full art one came back as a 9. So that's kind of a small mistake, at least. I think it does add some value to have like the Iono and Miriam as sequential cards, or graded sequentially as 10s, but not this time. The Miriam going for about $100 as a PSA 10, and the raw card price being pretty much €25. Another €75 increase in market value. Next we got the Arizu, another PSA 8, and I think the only thing that's wrong with this one is, can't really see it, but from a certain angle there's like a black dot right there. I don't know, like, because that's the only defect I found in this, and it's, yeah, it's probably why it's an 8. Usually PSA grades down pretty harshly if there's any defect on the, like, the inside borders of the front or the back for that matter. But yeah, about a $15 card, I guess. $10 to $15 card as a PSA 8. But this has also sold only 4, so only 4 have sold in the last year or more than a year. So not much of a market for these cards at all. And the raw price is only €4, so I guess it increases the market value somewhat, but you still need to find a suitable buyer that wants to buy a PSA 8 Arizu to get that increase in market value. So not a great card to have graded. Then we got Clara from Chilling Reign as a 10. This is going for $50 to $60 in the States or on eBay, and the raw price is about €20 in Europe. So I think you can get a bit of a more of a premium for this in Europe than just $50, but I'm not sure though. But yeah, still great to have it as a 10. Then we have another Crown Zenith V-Star, the Darkrai as a 10. This one really fluctuating between, it's hard to say what the actual value is right now when one of the auctions is going for $50 and then there's a fixed price sale for $60 and then $90 and $80. But let's just say it's a $70 card as a PSA 10 at the moment. And raw it's about €21, so about $50 premium here, which is fine. Then we got the Genesect V Alt Art from Fusion Strike. Only came back as a 9. Probably because it's just a bit off center from left to right, a bit too much. I think this is on the edge of being okay and not being okay, but I guess, yeah, I guess it was too much. There might be some other defects on it as well, but I actually thought this was a really solid card otherwise, which is why I sent it, even though it was a bit off center. But I guess it's just too much off center. That one was going for about $20 to $25, and the raw price about €16. So you don't cover the costs for PSA 9s for modern cards at least. Then we got a Crown Zenith Pikachu going for about $40 at the moment, and the raw price is about €6, so €34 increase in market value. Then we got another Miss Chili Silen and Cress. Not a chase card for anyone either way, even as a 10, but now as a 9, going for about $10 to $15. Again, not many have sold, so only 4 sold since March 27th. Yeah, so that increases the market value by a bit over €10. But again, not a very liquid card. It's hard to find a buyer for these kinds of cards. Then we got the Rapid Strike Urshifu, and this I feel is like the first case where you see that some cards just aren't that great to grade in general. Because even though these trainer gallery cards and all the Sword and Shield cards have gone up in value, this one is still not really appreciating. So an auction for $23, and sure, there's some best offers for like $35. But yeah, really not much of a premium at all when you take into account that it's a €4 card, and then you add up the €20 for the grades, for the grading. So not much of a profit here, but I'll take the $35 one as the market value here, even though, yeah, it's kind of cherry picking, but whatever. Then we got Friends in Sinnoh from Crowns in It. This one has, I don't know, it looks like a pen stain or something right here. And that's the only defect on it. That makes it an 8. And yeah, it makes sense. It does make sense. But yeah, it's an 8. Not many have sold at all. One has auctioned for $1 in February. I think that was when the bear market was at its lowest, pretty much. Not a lot of people were buying graded cards. But yeah, still only $10, going for only $10 as a PSA 8. Oh, there's actually one Japanese card there as well. Well, okay, but $10 pretty much, I'd say, is the value of this card. So about €3 increase in market value. Then we got another card that came back as a 10, but still, it doesn't really add that much value, at least on eBay, not really selling for a premium at all. So yeah, going for barely $20. One has sold for $28, and when you take into account that this is a €6.5 card on Card Market, then, and you add that €20, then you're not really making a profit by grading this card at the moment. So if these cards, you can just put them in your collection as raw cards, and if they appreciate at some point in the future, then you can grade them. There's no need to grade them right now. But yeah, it's a 10 at least. Then we got the Mew from Crowns in It. This one has a very clear nick here, and that is something that you should just never send out for grading for modern cards. It's very clear that it is not coming back as a 10. It's going for about €6 raw on Card Market and about $20 as a PSA 9. At least it has some liquidity. Mew is just such a popular Pokemon that people want to buy it even as a 9, and the increase in market value is also okay for PSA 9. So not really covering the costs, but not really losing that much either, even though it's a 9. Then we got another very marginal card that came back as a 10. Not really needed to be grading these kinds of cards. So the Frostless EX Ultra Rare from Paradox Rift. Yeah, we have 2 have sold, or 3 have sold for over $40, but those are back in March and April. So not much of a market for this card at all. So yeah, but I guess it's going for, what's it going for? I actually don't have its raw price here. I'd say probably like €3 or something like that. So I'll put like €10 or €30 increase in market value or something like that. Even though yeah, not all increases in market value are of the same value, because this is just such a non-liquid card. But yeah, let's move forward. And these final few are pretty marginal, or at least this one is as well. We got the Lost Stars and Aerodactyl V, but not that one. Not the alt art one, just the full art one. Again, auctioning off for about $30 twice, but then auctioning off also for only $16. Not that great. And yeah, one has sold for $45 as well, which is a good price, but in general, not much of a market for this card as either. And yeah, we can market to have increased in value about like 25 euros, I guess. The market, or the raw card price at Card Market is about 3 euros. Then we got, I think this is Cyber Judge. I'm not sure which one this was, which one of the Japanese sets this one was from. But yeah, we got the Gengar going for about $30 to $40. I'd say like the $40 is pretty much what you can expect from this. I actually saw on Card Market that one had sold for 65 euros, and the cheapest one on sale were 60 euros, but still, yeah, I think like the Japanese cards are just such good quality cards on average, so it's easy for people to just buy raw copies and get them perfect. So there's not much of a premium for Japanese PSA 10s. This one I graded because it's a SR, a super rare, and it's a Gengar. So maybe it will appreciate in the future. Who knows? The raw card's going for about 10 euros or more, I guess. But I think the PSA 10 card is increasing the average price there a bit. But yeah, it's a PSA 10, it's a Gengar, it's okay. And finally, we have a Rayquaza VMAX that is mislabeled as French, but it is not French, as you can see. And this is going for about $40 to $50 as a PSA 10. And its raw price is about 5 euros, so about 40 euros increase in market value. Usually these more popular Pokemon like the Gengar or the Rayquaza, these are all okay to grade, even though the cards aren't that popular at the moment. Usually they appreciate still over time, and there's always market for a Rayquaza PSA 10 or a Gengar PSA 10. But yeah, that's all my cards from Modern. So for the PSA Modern slabs, that's all the PSA Modern slabs I have. And yeah, I did pretty well on these. Next time I'll be going through my Modern CGC cards. A bit of a spoiler, but I did not do as well on those, but there is still a pretty nice little gem in there. So keep that in mind when you're watching. There's a bit of a surprise there. Yeah, okay, but thanks for watching. If you liked the video, like, subscribe, comment, and hopefully I'll be seeing you around. Bye.